Hello and good evening. My name is Nick John and I'm very proud to be the head teacher of Ashton Park School. I'd like to wish you a warm welcome to our virtual new parent intake evening, where we are, despite the current situation with lockdown, absolutely determined that we support our young people and you as parents and carers to make a successful transition to secondary school. I'd like to start by just thanking you for choosing Ashton Park School and entrusting your child's education with us. I'd like to reassure you, despite the current circumstances, that is absolutely a responsibility that we take extremely seriously indeed. I know from experience that transition to secondary school, even at the best of times, can be an equally exciting time, but also a daunting time, and there will be some anxieties for our young people and for you as parents. Never before has it been more important that we work together as parents, carers and a school community to support our young people. And my hope is that this video tonight will go some way to answering those questions and supporting you and your young people to make a very successful start at Ashton Park School. So with no further ado and no more from me, I'm going to hand over to the very experienced team of people who will do everything on their behalf to make sure that your transition to secondary school is a really successful one. I'm just going to finish by saying I look forward to seeing you in September. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name's Mrs. Lonsdale and I'm Head of Year 7 at Ashton Park School. My main role as your head of year is to make sure that you're happy at school, that you're happy in your learning and happy in general. I make sure you're supported with whatever your needs are and that you're challenging your education so that you aim to reach your full potential. We have a team of tutors that also support you as well, and you'll meet them from the very beginning of Year 7 and they will go through with you all the way through to Year 11. And they will get to know you really, really well and support you as well. We have a different system here. So we have Year 7 as a year group, and we do that because we want to make sure you settle in really well, you get to know the school really well and the teachers really well before you move into the house system. The house system is 4 houses. So we have Zeus, Apollo, Achilles and Athena. And you'll know which house you're going to go into, and you'll get time to meet your house leader later on in Year 7 before you transition into that house. So we make it a really smooth and slow process for you. We make sure that Year 7 is a carefully created year group and it's purely around a pupil-centred approach. So we make sure that we meet all of your needs. I'm really looking forward to meeting you as your head of year when the time comes. But for now, I'm going to pass on to Miss Nichols. Thank you and bye.
Hi, my name's Claire Nichols and I'm the leader of inclusion at Ashton Park School. That means that I'm responsible for all pupils with special educational needs across Ashton Park. We have a small specialist resource base with children with communication and interaction difficulties, mostly speech, language and communication needs. And we're also responsible for supporting all students with any kind of additional need, whether that's autism, ADHD, dyslexia, mental health issues, or anything which falls under the special educational needs and disabilities remit. So if your child had support from the SENCO in primary, it's likely that they'll be in contact with me or one of my department, which is me, an assistant SENCO, and 3 SEN teachers who all specialise in different areas. And we have a team of learning support assistants who offer interventions and support children in class. I've been in touch with primary schools, so I will have received information about your child's special educational needs before they start. We've got a differentiated booklet for transition, which they can have a look at, which has been worked on by our speech and language therapist. And I'm happy to have any individual conversations with parents about extra support your child may need. I look forward to welcoming them to Ashton Park.
Hello, my name is Jess Warren. I have 2 children at Ashton Park School. In September, my eldest will be going to Year 10 and my youngest will be going into Year 8. I'm also co-chair of the school's Parental Hub, which is similar to the primary school PTA, and as parents you're automatically members and we would really love for you to get involved. Now, by the end of primary, everything is very familiar, but as new parents at secondary, we knew very little about how it worked, even though we wanted to be involved and feel part of this new school community. Now, I know that some of you already have children at the school, but for those of you joining in September, we know how big the transition from primary to secondary can feel, not just for your child, but also for you, and especially right now. Now, the Hub has really helped us as parents better understand how secondary works and feel a connection to the school when we're no longer standing at the school gates. We work really closely with the school, and our aim is to support a strong relationship between parents and carers and Ashton Park for the benefit of the whole school community. If we are informed of any changes and challenges that the school faces, it means we can better understand and support the school's needs. So the Parental Hub meets 6 times a year, together with members of the school's senior staff, including sometimes the head teacher, Mr. John. Now, the staff have shared information over key changes, for example, to streaming, reports home, funding challenges, how the school is supporting mental health and becoming a multi-academy trust and the benefits of that. And the Parental Hub meetings have enabled us to have the opportunity to ask questions and raise concerns directly with senior staff within a supportive environment. We've also been looking at how the school could improve communication with parents. One of the things this has led to is the checklist for new parents that you will all be receiving. Ensuring you know where you need to look for information or who to contact makes the early days much smoother. Now, we also support the school with fundraising, which is having a direct impact. So last October, we organised a really fun and successful quiz night for parents, carers and teachers in the main school hall. And in November, we supported the Bristol School's cross-country event serving bacon and sausage baps. And in total, we made a profit of £1,500. Now, this has meant that the music, science, DT and PE departments have all received approximately £400 each to buy essential equipment that children from all years will benefit from. And for World Book Day in March, parents donated 634 accelerated reader books through the Hub for the library, which is equivalent to about £3,000. And this freed up money for the school to buy new shelving and improve the library space for students. Now, other events like a book stall and a cake stall has enabled us to donate £250 to the English department for set texts. We had also been working really hard on 2 other big events, and had it not been for this global pandemic, we would have been involved with Upfest this year, and that would have been raising funds for the visual arts department. And then a beer festival was planned for July with the aim of raising funds towards a new minibus for the school. Now, as much of the planning for these events have already been completed, we are confident that they will just be postponed, and fingers crossed they'll happen next year. So we would love for you to get involved and be a part of this growing community. You're welcome to join at any time. We always have tea and yummy homemade cakes at every meeting if that's incentive. And there's always time to socialise and opportunities to meet new faces and catch up with old ones. We have an email list and a Facebook page, so please do sign up for those. It's been really lovely to have this opportunity to talk to you. Please do get in touch with us if you have any questions about the Parental Hub, and I hope to see some of you in person someday soon. So thanks very much for listening. Take care. Goodbye.
Hi there, my name is Paul Tarika. I'm one of the assistant head teachers at Ashton Park School. I'm just going to finish this video by giving you a little bit of information that hopefully is going to steer you in the right direction and direct you to information sources that you may find helpful and useful. Number one, it's important we get those documents that you've had in your packs back before the end of term. Obviously we need those filled in thoroughly, and we need to put them on our system, and our admin staff are doing that. Thank you to those who've returned them already, but please do try and return them to school before the end of this school year so we can be ready to go in September. Okay, thank you very much for that. Other things that you're going to find useful, of course, you're probably used to dealing with 1 or 2 members of staff and 1 or 2 teachers, and that being a main source of information and contact. Of course, things in secondary are very different. Pupils go from 1 or 2 teachers to maybe 10 or even 12, 13 and so on and so forth. So it might be difficult to know where to start. I think what's important is the contact us section on the school website is absolutely key. We've developed the website over a number of years, and we've just relaunched it with a fresh new look in line with the trust, and that contact us section on the website is absolutely key. And in there you can see faculty heads and subject leads, but also head of year 7 and head of particular houses as well. As a new parent, your first port of call should be the tutor. Now, if the tutor chooses to give you their email address, and you'll find that out in September, that's great. In the meantime, what you can do is ask head of year 7. So if after this video and the other video you watch, you still have some questions, you can choose the contact us section and ask head of year 7. Another great resource on the website is the school handbook. Very often the school handbook will answer 99.9% of questions that parents have, and that's the parents tab, and then you'll see school handbooks, and it's the pupil and parent handbook in there. We've developed that over a number of years, and most answers to most questions for new parents can be found in that handbook. So if you want an immediate answer, rather than going via the contact us in on the school website or picking up the phone, you might well find the answer to the question that you're looking for in that school handbook. So do use that as a resource. It's very, very helpful. One other thing, Ashton Park School no longer runs a bus service. We emailed all our pupils and parents and gave information on that last year. The school bus service terminated their contract with us. It was no longer economically viable or economically viable for the school. We were subsidising the school bus service to quite a few £1,000s a year, and it still wasn't economically viable for them to continue to run it, so that has been discontinued. We were the last non-faith school in South Bristol to continue to run a bus service, and unfortunately we had to let that go this year. So just to reiterate, Ashton Park School does not run a bus service. If you feel that you need help and support getting to school, you can contact the local authority, and the local authority has a support to school application that you can follow via that. I think at the moment that's about it from me. We hope you found these videos and this process is useful, and you've listened to what my colleagues have had to say. If after watching these 2 videos you do have any further questions that can't be answered in the school handbook, then do drop us a contact us, ask head of year 7, and we'll collate those emails, and we'll probably put out an FAQ sheet. Obviously we don't know totally what's going to happen in September at the moment, but we will contact you over the next weeks and coming months with regular updates as we know what is happening. Thank you for your time. We hope you found this useful, and goodbye.